The following is a Joel Michalec production.
Let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. You're distracting me. And it will then take me time to get back to where I was. Understand?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Joel Michalec Show. I'm Joel Michalec, and I am sitting across from the
lovely Sharen,
most beautiful woman in the world.
Oh, please!
I was actually going to say, please welcome the lovely Sharen, and the crowd goes wild.
Don't you mean the lovely Molly? I could see the crowds going wild. For Molly, I don't know about me though.
Well, she was just groomed today.
Exactly.
Yeah, she was just groomed today, just ahead of her birthday.
Yay!
So that was nice.
Yes. Should we have a party?
I don't know. Should we?
I think we should. However, let's talk about that.
Yeah, because it's not like she can just have whatever she wants,
right.
She wants, or you want her to have, or anything like that.
Right. Let's talk about the doggy parents who actually give parties for their pets on their birthday.
And a lot of them do. But before you get into the parties for the pets, just let everybody know that the way you can contact us on the World Wide Web is by going to jmtalk.net. That's the website. Feel free to subscribe to the podcast, and I really hope that you do while you're there. Also, you can then listen to the 24/7 stream of the Joel Michalec Show. So if you can't wait in between as the show drops every Sunday, then you can just click that link on any device that hits the internet. That's all you need.
There you go.
Also,
and if
find
you
us,
don't have the internet, well, sorry.
Right. Also, you can find us at Facebook at JM Talk and on Twitter at JM Talk Radio. So that's the various ways you can get a hold of us. My microphone shock mount band came off again. There we go. Fix that.
Okay.
So a lot of people do give parties for their pets.
We do, and
we had one or two.
Yeah. I mean, down to the party hats. We had a party hat on Molly.
Right. She didn't appreciate that very much, but we did.
Right. And we had a doggy cake.
Right. The first time I think we had a party for her, which was only you, me, and her, but we had a doggy cookie.
Yeah.
So it was a dog-safe cookie
she had
and
a little cookie
some icing on
we
it.
Got at the
shaped like a phone.
Local, yeah. And it said "Happy Birthday."
Yep. So people do these strange things, right. And they go all out. Like they invite other dogs. Like listen.
I want to do it so Sophie can come.
I don't know if I can deal with that.
Well,
a bunch of dogs running around the house?
Then you would have to, what's that word? Get over it.
Have it at a doggy park.
Right?
So.
But no, I do, and I want to have, but let's talk about the people that frown upon other people that do treat their dogs as humans and give them birthday parties and include them in their, family rituals like Christmas and
sure,
because I know of quite a few people that would look at me when I talk about having parties for Molly and getting her Christmas presents and stuff like that.
Right.
She has her own stocking at Christmas. So,
she has her own Facebook page.
She does.
She has her own blog and website.
Right. And before my mom passed away, she would always ask you
if Molly updated her website.
Yeah, she would. She would be like,
yeah, Molly wrote the stories on there.
Yeah. But she would be like, hey, where's the... I haven't seen any new stories.
Right.
So...
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I actually have not, and I just posted a picture 2 nights ago on her Facebook, a picture that I had after one of her baths, because she always looks like an evil mobster after a bath, like she's gonna hurt somebody really bad.
And her ritual right after she gets out of the bath.
Yeah, but she has to run
I
across.
dry her, and then it's like someone lit a firecracker under her ass.
Yeah, she has to storm across the house.
And she runs all over the house like a mad crazy
with her
dog.
face planted down into the carpet
And then,
sideways.
Yeah, she does face plants into the carpet, rubbing her face all over the carpet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the carpets need to be washed again. And so
It's because somebody keeps rubbing their face all over it.
Right. Exactly. Like, what the heck? Now you need another bath.
So we have a special treat coming up in the second part of the show coming up later on. So that's that.
Yeah,
but
I'm so excited.
Yeah, last week on the show, exiting the show, we talked about a story that had just come up before the show ended, so we couldn't cover it last week. But we gave the headline, and it was about this. There's always these new and interesting ways of getting high.
What?
Among the people that want to get high.
Yeah,
I compare it to
the old days of just getting a joint, smoking a joint, doing a line, taking a pill. No, but I'm saying, like, they're gone. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
Because now you can continue.
Yeah, well, now since they had that large raid on the Philadelphia shipyard.
Yeah.
Well, there was like $6 billion street value.
Oh my goodness, right?
I guess now that's off the streets. What they're doing now is they are this new thing, wasp spray, being used as an alternative for methadone or crystal meth, I guess.
Yeah, crystal meth and methadone are two different things.
Okay.
Two very different things.
Causing at least, well, I'll get into the story,
Methadone
and that way I don't make any mistakes.
Methadone is a synthetic drug to help someone get off of heroin.
Oh, that's the stuff they give away free for heroin addicts, but they don't give away insulin for free to diabetics.
Right.
I get it now. Okay,
you suck.
Right. So, all right. So this new thing, people in West Virginia are using a new chemical, wasp spray, to gain a methamphetamine-like high. The West Virginia State Police said that the chemical spray is being used as an alternative form of meth. So last Friday, 30 cans of wasp spray were sold in Boone County, West Virginia alone.
Wow.
Yeah. So the police are saying, from what they're being told, if you use it, you might once or twice be fine, but a third time your body will hit that allergic reaction that can kill you. 3 people have already had fatal doses of this stuff.
That is insane. Come on now.
So they're saying that it's a cheap fix, but people do not understand the overall result of their usage. Experts say side effects include erratic behavior and extreme swelling and redness of the hands and the feet. So imagine, if you will,
how do you do this? What do you just
right?
Spray it in your mouth?
I don't know, but it doesn't
nasty.
say, and I don't want to speculate. But what I want to say is, I mean, how idiotic is this? Because you're talking about a chemical that, I mean, instant contact to a wasp dead. And you're ingesting it somehow, whether it's nose, mouth, whatever.
I don't know how. I just can't fathom how they do this.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they boil it.
So if you know out there, why don't you give us a shout
online? Because you can't shout in on any phone lines.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, give me a shout and tell me how these morons are doing this.
So 3 people dead already, and it makes you wonder if there's any value to the war on drugs. I mean, there's seizing drugs left and right at the border, Philadelphia, Baltimore. I mean, big loads. Right. However, it just seems to me at the moment you take them off the street and they're coming right back.
Right.
And they're not coming right back, but other ways. They're finding other ways to get their fix. This is quite a dangerous way.
These people doing Tide Pods and, for whatever reason, I don't know what doing these Tide Pods, I don't know what they do for you.
I don't know either.
It just sounds moronic.
I don't know, but maybe.
Hey, man, how'd you get high? I did a Tide Pod.
Maybe if we let them have their Tide Pods, they wouldn't be doing this. I don't know. Like, it's almost like they're going through the kitchen cabinets now, in laundry room cabinets, looking for something to chew on, snort, drink, swallow.
It's just something else that we're going to have to be carded for.
Right, because look what they've done to Tide Pods already. They're making Tide Pods. Well, I think in some places you have to, some stores you have to take the card up to the counter, and the pods are behind the counter now.
Right, this is ridiculous, people. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't either. And sometimes, I really do sit back and say, all we're doing anymore on the podcast is it seems like, because we set out to talk about things that are going on in society.
Right.
Didn't want to discuss politics. Good stuff, funny stuff, entertaining stuff, things that happen in society. Yeah. Society scares the living hell out of me anymore. This is going to become a horror podcast real soon. Good evening.
Right.
Welcome. Welcome to the Joel Michalec Show.
I love vampires. I'm sorry.
So
all you have to do is sparkle, baby.
Yeah, is that all I have to do? That's all I have to
do is sparkle.
Okay, so anyway, folks, do not ingest wasp spray to get a fix, please.
Right. What is there a specific brand like Raid or, is there a specific brand that gets you more high?
Why are you asking such weird questions?
Because I might want to try it.
Anyway, moving on to even stupider things. You think that's stupid?
Oh, my God.
Oh, you want to hear something really stupid. Okay.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know.
In Berkeley, California, now mind you, it is California, all right?
Okay, yeah.
But anyway, you need to make sure that you do not call that plate in the roadway or on the street a manhole. It's because it's not a manhole anymore. It is now going to be a maintenance hole.
What?
Okay. So tell your brother, tell your sibling, okay?
Okay.
That human-made manhole, maintenance holes will now be renamed to a gender-neutral language.
Come on.
Yes.
This is just getting freaking ridiculous.
Well, listen, I
almost cursed.
It's not.
That's how mad I am.
It's not only the term that's changed. Okay, here's the whole truth about this whole thing. Okay, so according to the Berkeley City Council, they approved an ordinance eliminating gender preference language in the municipal code. So brother and sister will be replaced by sibling. Man-made will now be replaced with human-made, artificial, or manufactured. Manpower will be referred to as human effort. Yes, gendered pronouns like he and she will be replaced by they or them.
Hold on, people. That's me banging my head on the wall.
Wait a minute, here's the best. Sororities and fraternities will now be called collegiate Greek system residences.
Please.
I mean,
stop.
I don't.
You're killing me.
Yeah. Well, this is the truth. This is the whole truth.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous.
It's sort of asshole-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I was thinking about moving to California, but I don't think I want to anymore.
I was never thinking about moving to California.
I know, right?
Who are you lying to?
Right, that was meant to be a joke.
Right, you're a liar and bad at it.
Right? Well, that's a good thing.
So I'm up in arms about this whole gender neutral thing. It's gotten way out of control, and we've been the media. And that includes us to a certain extent. The media has been talking about this stuff for years. This didn't just happen. This is just another link in the chain of stupidity with this gender-neutral crap.
Exactly. Come on. I never thought that I would see when I filled out a form for something. I forget what it was. And it said male, female, or other.
Yeah, that's...
What the...
Bleep.
Oh my God. I want to say so
I know.
bad.
I mean, job applications have an extra page now because it takes a full 8.5 by 11 sheet to list all 57 genders. I mean, I'm not getting it either.
Look, people out there, in, Radio Land. Get with the fucking program.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that makes me so mad. I apologize for cursing.
Wow.
But, for real, this is getting ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I would say so. And you had said so.
And I just did say so.
So,
I do apologize. I don't talk like that.
Really?
In real life.
You're gonna lie again. And bad at it.
I never.
You never curse in real life.
Look,
never curse.
I never curse. I never drink. And I never
All
smoke.
right. I know this joke.
Okay.
The millennials may not, but...
Right.
So,
God damn it, I left my cigarettes in the bar.
I don't know...
That's a joke.
I don't know where... I don't even recall where it started. But it's... all you have to do is turn around and you'll find something worse. With the whole gender thing.
I can't fathom where it's going to go next.
Yeah, well, when you look at this,
gender neutral because you don't want to identify as a male or a female or a tiger or a leopard or a creepy looking ceramic doll, whatever.
I was going to say I've seen it all. Everything you mentioned, I've seen. People identifying people having their bodies tattooed like a tiger, having whiskers put in their cheeks medically.
I've seen that.
And
then not contacts, they get their eyes freaking wet. Oh my god!
If I have a crappy day, can I identify as a roll of toilet paper? I'm just wondering. I mean, that's how crazy it has gotten. And that's the other thing.
It's just,
you can change your mind every day, and society is teaching you that you can't bully or bother or anything. You can't make negative connotations about it. Because every time somebody comes up with identifying as something else, right away they're put into a protective group. Okay, this group of people that identify as brown paper trash bags are now a protected group, and you can't make fun of them.
Okay, and I'm not making fun of them.
I'm not saying you are.
But what I'm saying is, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't either.
How you have a male if you have a penis. You're a female if you have a vagina.
Right.
If you have neither one, you're a hermaphrodite.
Right.
Okay, that's it.
And if you have something else, you're an alien.
Right. There is no other thing to call it. I don't get it.
Well, just like there are people that will argue what shape the Earth is, there are people that would argue with you that no, their gender is. This is
people that are trying to stand out.
This is what they've done, and then I have to wrap this segment. But this is what they've done. They've taken sex, which would be your male-female. They've taken sex and they have separated it from gender, and they've made gender this whole other thing, which basically is anything you identify with gender-wise, that's the gender that you are. Mm. And then they've crisscrossed it because that means guys who feel like they're a woman can go into the woman's bathroom and vice versa, and that's wrong. That's wrong. Okay,
I'm not.
So there's that.
Not getting it.
We're going to take a quick break. I need fluid in my throat because I'm going to go over there and get my tea. And
we'll bring back a surprise.
Yeah, we have a special circumstance coming up in the next part of the show. Also later on the program, a humongous Wombat of the Week.
Oh, I thought we just discussed that.
Well, we discussed a couple of wombats, but big Wombat of the Week coming up later on in the show. Another hero to honor, and may not even get to one last thing on the podcast. You may have to go to Facebook for that or something.
Wow.
So anyway, jmtalk.net, that's the website. We'll be back right after this.
Okay.
This is New York's Super Oldie Station, 920 WON, The Apple, Brooklyn, New York.
So I use my computer every day. I'm not even sure how I get along without it. But I wasn't prepared for a virus. A Trojan, they called it. One night I'm cruising along, and the next night I can't do anything. I was afraid it was going to cost me a fortune. Boy, was I surprised. They had me back up and running the same day I called them. I really like PC Tech Rescue, and you know what? My wallet likes them too.
Are you troubled by computer problems? PC Tech Rescue should be your very next call. Whether the problem is viruses, hardware, software, or any other issue, they can diagnose your problem and have you back up and running fast. With more than 25 years of industry experience, you can be sure you are getting dependable and affordable service. Call today, 484-429-6061, or email us at pctechrescue@gmail.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Joel Michalec Show. I'm Joel Michalec, and here with the lovely Sharen.
I am here.
And you are lovely.
Okay.
So the website is www.jmtalk.net. That's where you can go. I want you to go there. I want you to subscribe to the show. We want more subscribers, and that's how you do it. So whatever your favorite casting device is, we got you covered. If we don't, drop us a line. We'll get you covered.
Exactly.
And if you're missing us between Sundays, Sunday to Sunday, then 24/7 stream is also available there, plus the blog, plus the YouTube page, and all kinds of other goodies. Find me at Facebook. Find Sharen at Facebook at JM Talk. And on Twitter, we're at JM Talk Radio. So you can also drop us a line. I'm sorry, did you want to say something? Go ahead. Because I get running with the spiel and I just run you're here every week, so you know it's the same thing basically.
Up job
all right,
on
thanks,
so
I appreciate that.
Go right on ahead there, baby.
Where was I? Oh, you can also drop us a line. You can email us at joelmihalecshow@gmail.com. I'm coming up in the final segment, the home stretch later on. Big Wombat of the week is going to take up a lot of time, and your heads are going to roll, especially you parents.
Roll, like as in.
Let's roll. Yeah.
Like cut off their heads and roll?
Whatever. Well, the people listening may want to cut some heads off and watch them roll.
Well, okay, but you should say, like, I don't know. I'll shut up now.
So, on this, but right now we got a really special treat.
Yes.
Because we have a special person on board live in the studio with us.
Yes.
This person is one of the youngest voice actors that we've ever worked with.
Yes.
On the show.
Exactly.
And she's actually related to us too. So that's like a double bonus.
Right.
So if you have been around, if you've been following me for some time.
A number of years,
when we had the old show, the Behind the Mic show. So we're here with Tara Sigerfuse, who is our granddaughter. And she's 12 going on 33.
Right.
Say hello, Tara.
Hello.
And Tara, many years ago, when she was about 6 years old, she had a one line in our radio production of How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Right.
She played Cindy Lou Who.
Exactly.
And then she came back 2 years or last year? Was it just it was just last year we did Yes Virginia? Was it
that was the previous year? Yeah,
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It wasn't the show you were involved in.
No,
because you came in on a Christmas show.
Right.
So it was the one before that. Are you sure it was that long ago?
Tara,
when did you do Virginia O'Hanlon?
I don't remember.
Was that this past Christmas? You don't remember?
No, I think it was the Christmas before.
I think it was this past one.
No.
I will bet you 25 cents.
I
will bet
wrong,
both of you double or nothing.
Never wrong.
I will bet you both.
You're wrong.
Double or nothing, 25 cents.
Okay, how about make it 50 cents?
Because if I lose, then that's $2.
Make it make it $1. And
That's too much.
20. See,
no, but I'll give you the $1.
A girl after my own heart. All right, look. So anyway, so we did. I'm gonna say, okay, because I'm right, that this past Christmas season, we did a original production of Yes Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus.
When she wrote that letter.
I didn't write that letter.
No, when
Virginia O'Hanlon wrote the letter, and then you came on the show and you read the Virginia O'Hanlon piece for us.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Look at her. She's like, sitting back in a chair, like, I remember that.
She's all chilling,
like a Kardashian over
there. Yeah, I remember. she's chilling like she's an actress
Right?
who's
I am
super
not.
famous and
So how did
yeah.
that? So what is it like doing that kind of stuff? Did you like doing that stuff?
Yes, I did, but I was like I was really nervous.
You were nervous, but you did really good. If I'm not mistaken, you did the Virginia in 2 takes.
Yes, I did.
And then I'll tell you though, when you were 6, I will tell you because you probably don't even remember doing Cindy Lou Who. It was one line. It was, "Why, Santa? Why are you taking our Christmas tree?" Something to that effect. And we had to have you do it like 30 times. And then we had them all laid out, and we had to go through each of them and take, this piece is good for this piece, that piece is good for this piece, and we had to send everything to the producer in Maryland, and he had to put it all together to make it sound really good. You know, taking elements from all these different cuts that you did.
Yeah.
So it was a little more, but you were 6. We understand that. You still did a great job.
Yes.
So are you ready to do another one?
No.
Why not? This time you could be,
I don't have anything figured out yet, but
Yeah.
but I will, and you will do it because I'm your grandfather and I said so.
oh, damn.
So what grade are you going into?
7th.
7th.
Get out. Tell her to
7th.
knock it off.
I know. They grow up so fast, don't
No,
they?
tell her to knock it off right now.
So what do you like about school?
That I can actually move around. Like I move around more. Move to class, not just sitting in one seat.
Gotcha, yeah, like,
Come in
In
closer
middle
to
school?
come in closer to the mic when you talk. So what you're saying is, when you were over at the other school, and I don't want to
Yeah.
give school names. We don't give school names. When you were over at the other school, you stayed in class and just changed subjects.
yeah.
Oh, like
in
we did in
elementary
elementary.
school. Yeah, in elementary
Yeah,
school.
but I thought at some point.
She just came to middle school last year.
So now you have to
and
cruise
that's what
around.
she's saying. She gets to cruise around the different classes.
Do you have a locker? Do you hang out with like all the greasers at your locker in between classes?
No.
You don't know what a greaser is?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's only 12, going on 13. I'm sorry. A greaser was like, you know how you have cliques and gangs and stuff like that? All right, well, in the 50s, the cliques that hung together were greasers, and they had like denim jeans, white T-shirts, and leather jackets.
No, I never even dealt with them.
You never hung out with the greasers? Who do you hang out with?
You usually just get yourself for like the next 3 periods, and then you only get yourself for the next 3 periods, and then you have to go back. You have to go. So there's no hanging out or anything.
Wow, no hanging out.
Wow.
You know, Grammy did all kinds of things in between classes, hanging out.
No. Mm-mm. No.
So you have
Hard no.
So you have a locker now? Did you have a locker before?
In 6th grade, yeah.
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I just can't wait for school because it's exciting now.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Back up a second. Can you come in a little closer? Say that a little loud. What did you just say? You can't what?
I can't wait for school to begin again.
Did you hear that, folks? From the mouths of babes. Cannot wait for school to start again. Usually that's the parents saying that. I can't wait for school to start again.
Right.
And it's part of the Christmas.
However, as the grandparents, we don't say that because we're excited to see her whenever we get her.
Right, not only that, but we also don't say that we're because when school starts again, we have to drive around the buses and behind the buses.
I
and
know.
Which brings up
Oh my God.
a really good sidebar. School does start again soon.
Yeah,
Please,
next month.
please pay attention to children and the buses.
Yes.
You know,
And you don't go around the bus if the red lights are flashing.
I read
That is against the law.
right. Well, I read, and I don't know if either one of you have heard about this, but I read that they are working on. I don't know if it's everywhere, certain states, municipalities, whatever, but they're going to start putting cameras on the outside of the buses.
Good.
Now, Tara and I watched the SpaceX launch tonight
Yeah.
live, so. And I was telling her and told you, it's really neat how they have the cameras on the outside of the spacecraft. So up in space, you can see what's going on. Same thing. They're going to start attaching
Right.
cameras to the outside of buses so they can
Good.
get license plates of people that run past buses, and some municipalities want people to lose their license or go to jail for violating the bus
Well,
traffic laws.
You know what? I think I agree with that.
So do
though.
I. You're putting our children in danger.
Yes. What if a child had just gotten off the bus and is
hit.
crossing the street?
I
Right.
think got hit by a car and died.
Yeah, that's extremely tragic, right?
Which has happened.
It has.
Last year, I forget where, but 3 kids were hit and 2 of them died. The brothers, the twins, little boys. Yeah.
Okay, that.
I reported a lot of it on last season's
know.
shows. I mean, it was like almost every week we were talking about people getting hit by people violating the bus arounds.
They're just reckless drivers.
They are reckless drivers from the mouths of babes.
Absolutely.
She gets it. She must be related to me. They're reckless drivers.
They are, though.
Absolutely right. What should be done with reckless drivers?
They should be put in jail.
Wow. That's right.
What if Molly is a reckless driver? Should
Hey.
she go to jail?
She should go to puppy jail.
What?
Only for like 2 days.
Oh, only for 2 days. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But
not
what
bad.
if she is
I wonder what gang she'll be in.
right?
She's gonna get a tat on her butt.
Right? That's
So,
funny.
all right. So back to you. So, what are you doing in school? Now you were doing band. Are you still doing band?
No, because it hurts my fingers. It hurts. I really don't want to do it again because I didn't like it.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna work on my art skills and stuff like that.
So, talk to me about your art skills. Do you like you like to draw? Do you want to get into digital art?
Like last year, I was in digital art, digital media, and then I was in, it's graphic arts, and then I was in visual arts.
Okay.
So which one did you like better?
I like both of them.
Do
Wow.
you?
Yeah.
Are they both the same? Or
No, one's different because it kind of works on both visual art and graphic art, but more visual art than graphic art. But it's still working with
Explain the
computer.
difference between the two. Because I don't know.
So,
Like visual art, do you do that on the computer?
no, graphic art is literally on a computer,
Okay.
and visual art is actually when you draw.
Oh, okay.
All
All
right.
right. I get the difference.
So, now do these lead to possible game developing?
I think that it's digital art, not digital art, but it's like digital media.
Right.
Digital media is, I think it's all about that stuff, and then graphic art is about like
Now,
you-
is that the field you would like to get into when you grow up?
being a gamer or.
well, everybody wants to be a gamer when they grow up.
Yeah, right. But what happened to you being a veterinarian?
And a farmer, a veterinarian that lived on a farm. What happened to that? You were telling us that forever.
Yes, but also I want to be a zoologist because I get to explore all this, like, explore how, like, animals work in the society and how it works with the trees, and not with the trees, but it's like how it lives.
I gotta tell you something. I'm having trouble believing I'm having a conversation like this with my granddaughter. She's going deep, man.
Right? She's got it together.
Right?
Wow.
I've never heard zoology explained like that to me. The best I've seen zoology explained to me was Kevin Hart going, "Zoology, bitch." That's the best I've ever had zoology explained to me.
And how people are ruining animals' lifestyle and maybe ruining ourselves. Like, we will kill ourselves because we're ruining the trees, we're ruining the life society
Right.
of the animals.
Right.
And there's like,
I got to tell you, I was just thinking that same thing a couple days ago. I was coming home from work, and I drive by where the new Wawa is going to be. And they tore a lot of those trees down, of course, that whole lot where the Wawa is going to be. And I thought to myself, when deer come running out into the street
they
and,
get killed by
and people hit them, the reason they're doing that is because we're taking their kingdom away from them. We're turning it into
Exactly.
concrete jungles.
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
like most of the jungle, like the rainforest have lots of life. And when we cut that down, we ruin our life oxygen, ruining their life, and I hate that because I love animals. I really do.
Well, we know you love animals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, some businesses, including the one that I work for, is trying to give back a little bit to that.
Well,
Because, some of our buildings, we call them green roofs. And on top of our buildings on a roof, we're planting all kinds of, bushes and flowers and greenery plants and things that will give off, some of the oxygen that we're taking.
Right.
To kind of give back. It's not enough, I understand.
No, right. But, a lot of states have a law where if you take down so many acres of trees and whatnot, you have to plant
So many trees.
half of those trees back.
Like if you kill
somewhere.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. And you have to have a reclamation pond.
Right.
So, that's the law.
If we kill vultures, literally, their diet is a roadkill that people kill.
Right.
And so if you don't have vultures, all that roadkill is going to be so deadly to our animals, to our planet. And then we're going to, literally, there's going to be dead animals left and right, and no one's going to do anything about that. That's why I hate that people are killing stuff.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
pop pollution to the water, and that...
oh, you don't want to get me started on the pollution to the water because I can go an hour on that, and we don't have that kind of time. But you're right. The pollution in the water, and...
exactly.
And, all right, so I there's a couple things about that. I saw a video the other day about how Singapore deals with the trash. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Singapore,
Singapore,
the smallest country on earth, because it's its own country.
right.
Okay, this little tiny country, they gather all the trash, and they burn it. They have these plants, these trash plants where it goes, and these furnaces they dump it in, burn 24/7, 365 at 1,000 degrees Celsius. Okay, 1,000 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
So it burns the trash so hot that the little bit of smoke that comes out of the stacks is cleaner than the air we breathe. First of all. Now, the little bit of ash that's left that didn't just get incinerated into thin air, that ash is collected, and then they take it out to a man-made island where they've been dumping all this ash into the water barriers out there.
Oh, really?
Okay, and that's what helped form this island. And that island is so abundant in wildlife. An island constantly being increased and grown by the trash that they dispose of. The cleanest country on the face of the earth. So why can't something like that be a worldwide concern?
Exactly.
Because it costs money to do something like that.
And then people really, sometimes, they just care.
They just what?
They're not lazy, but they're...
Oh, no. I think you're good there. Lazy. That's a good word.
Lazy because people just don't care about the earth and what's going on. They just care about what's happening right now in the future.
Right.
Not the past and what's going to happen in the future, like future. And we're going to die.
I was going to ask her for her final thoughts because this segment's over, but she gave them to me without me asking. That was a really good final thought.
Yeah.
Well, Tara, we want to thank you for
Absolutely. Thank you so much
coming on to the show,
joining us and giving us your insight
on life.
Exactly.
I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored.
Yeah, me too.
And so you can come back anytime.
Okay.
And you will be doing another production on this network. I'm telling you that right now. I haven't written it yet. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be something.
Exactly.
So, so when I said in the beginning that Tara was a voice actress, she is. She's our own voice actress. She's done work for us here.
Yes.
And hopefully you enjoyed having her as much as we enjoyed having her.
Absolutely.
Let me a kiss back, Brat. All right, folks. I'll be back solo with the final stretch of the show coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Broadcasting from a crummy little studio in Baltimore, Maryland. This is Reality One Radio.
You see why we need your donations?
Okay, folks, welcome back to the Joel Michalec Show. I am Joel Michalec. Thanks for joining us for the podcast this week. This is the final stretch of the show, the last segment, the third part, however you want to put it. This is where we're at. The website to reach out to the show is www.jmtalk.net. From there, subscribe to the podcast, listen to the 24/7 stream, check out the YouTube channel, check out the blog. Also, drop us a line. We're at Facebook at JM Talk. We're at Twitter at JM Talk Radio. And you can email us at joelmichalecradio@gmail.com. So there's all that information that you need to know. During this segment, we usually cover three things. I will try to get all three of them in. Of course, we have a new Wombat of the Week here. And also coming up, we have Honor Thy Heroes. And also, if I get to it, one last thing. So, but first, how do you get involved? You can get involved with Wombat of the Week. I just need you to send in a news story of stupid people doing stupid things. That's what wombats are. And you can send that to joelmichalecradio@gmail.com or send us a direct message on Facebook at JM Talk. And get the stories in. If they're good enough, they make the show. If they don't make the show immediately, they might make the show down the line. Some months we're jammed up with more stories than we have time on the air. And I'm also heavily considering in December an annual, a year-end winner Wombat of the Year award. So you never know. A story you submit could be the Wombat of the Year in the first ever Joel Michalec Show Wombat of the Year Awards. Okay, so moving into this week's Wombat. I said it was a doozy. It is a huge doozy. It's my new word. It's a doozy. We have a doozy of a Wombat for you. This is like a two-part Wombat of the Week. Same story. So anyway, pay attention. Here we go. So, out of Pennsylvania, right up the road, okay? A Pennsylvania school district is being criticized after sending parents a letter stating that their children would be placed in foster care over their unpaid lunch tabs. Yes, according to WNEP, the Wyoming Valley West School District sent roughly 1,000 letters, which read in part, quote, "You can be sent to dependency court for neglecting your child's right to food. The result may be your child being taken from your home and placed in foster care," end quote. Joseph Muth, I don't know how you pronounce it, M-U-T-H, Muth, let's say Muth, director of the district's federal programs, said the district is owed more than $22,000 by roughly 1,000 students. 4 of those accounts owe more than $450 each. However, obviously, and I agree, not everyone felt that the letter was necessary. Muth told ABC News that the letter was a mistake and should not have been sent out. He said that the letter was over the top and should not have been sent out. He said that the district would look into other ways of getting paid. He said, though he suggested the district would look at other ways of getting repaid. I'm going to say that one more time because that's going to come back here in a couple minutes. Though he suggested the district would look into other ways of getting repaid. Keep that in the back of your mind. He declined to comment on how the letter was approved in the first place, and other district members said they were embarrassed. So Attorney Bill Vinsko agreed that the letter was rather threatening. He said it amounted to little more than scary words, saying that it was unlikely a court would separate a child from their parents over unpaid lunch funds. the school district thinks that they're sending the parents are sending their kids to school malnourished. I mean, come on, you think the kids aren't eating breakfast at home? Because this unpaid tab includes, I think, breakfast in the morning, some sort of nutritious breakfast, and then some lunch. And the thing is, though, 14% of the families in this school district are below the poverty line. Okay, and that's about 10% higher than the average rate at other schools in Pennsylvania. Guess what, folks? People are broke. Yours truly works 3 jobs. People are broke. It's not easy to live in this society. It's not. I just think that, this is crazy. In fact, one board member, Charles Michalec, get this, tells ABC News, these parents need to look in the mirror. This matter isn't going away merely because delinquent debtors make Valley West look like the bad guy. I mean, some of these board members, it's funny to me that how they think, But this is like, if this was the end of Wombat of the Week, like if this was the end, I would say that Mr. Muth, you are the Wombat of the Week. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. There's more to it. Okay? There's more to it. So approximately 2 to 3 days later, after this story broke, okay, this broke. Here we go. Let's see. West Valley, abbreviated WVW. West Valley. What? West Valley. What is the? Let me come back here for a second. What's this school district called? Wyoming Valley West. Wyoming Valley West board president Muth rejects a $22,000 offer to pay the lunch money. In a letter submitted to the editor of the Times, the Times leader to be exact, on Monday, and signed by Philadelphia-based coffee roaster La Colombe CEO. Is that how? Do you know a lot about coffee? La Colombe, is that? Am I saying that right? You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
You're a coffee drinker. Okay.
Yeah.
CEO Todd Carmichael claims he offered to pay all outstanding Wyoming Valley West lunch money debts, no strings attached, but that the offer was turned down by school board president Joe Mazur. The letter was confirmed by Aaron Platt, a consultant who works for Cycle Strategy in Philadelphia, and who said he worked on the offer on behalf of Carmichael, who was not available to talk this past Monday. According to the letter, Carmichael said, I was horrified when I read that the Wyoming Valley West School Board sent letters threatening to put kids in foster care over unpaid lunch bills, and that he has, quote, worked with my team to reach out to the school district to let them know that we were eager to donate the full amount outstanding, reported to be as much as $22,467.76. He goes on to say, on Monday, we talked to School Board President Joseph Mazur to determine the best way to transfer the funds in order to wipe the slate clean and restore dignity to the 1,000 families who received these threatening letters. Shockingly, Mr. Mazur turned us down. I cannot explain or justify his actions. Let me be clear. We offered over $22,000 with no strings attached, and he said no. So on Monday afternoon, Mazur declined comment, and Charles Michalec, who defended the letter that was sent out, he didn't return any calls either. So now the story's all over the place. Federal Programs Director Joseph Muth took the blame for the tone of the letter, apologizing last week. And he also made that apology, according to the news story, without running it by Mazur or other school board members. But he also said numerous efforts to get parents to contact the district and make arrangements regarding overdue bills failed. Now remember, folks, I said remember, Muth said that he suggested other ways of being able to get this money paid, right? If I go back to the other story, yeah, this is a little hard to keep track of these idiots. If I go back to the other story, he says, though he suggested the district would look at other ways of getting repaid. Well, guess what? Carmichael gave you another way to get paid, and you turned him down. Okay? He didn't say that, well, I'll pay the $22,000 and you buy my coffee for the rest of your life. That's not what he said. He said no strings attached because, in his opinion and mine, you embarrassed all these parents. And then it hit the media. That and he says it right there. He says he wanted to wipe the slate clean and restore dignity to the 1,000 families who received these threatening letters. And you said no. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. We've seen other cases around the country of other people who have stepped up and paid school district lunches. In fact, Sharen told me last week of a similar situation, and I don't know if it was school lunches or if it was something else, but a similar situation where a benefactor just stepped out of nowhere and paid an entire bill for something. I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry that I don't. But these things happen. There are these very kind people who walk the face of the earth with us, believe it or not. Not everybody is a deadbeat and doesn't want to help. Here you have a guy who wants to help right something that you did wrong. Yes, you're owed that money. But by evidence of the facts that I presented here, your district has a 14% of families living below the poverty line. And so you should be considering all offers to get your money repaid. I will tell you this. This is the kind of actions that tell me that this school board, remember, it's an elected position. Every 2 years or whatever it is for school boards, you have to go to the polls and you have to vote on school board members. These people will be replaced. This will not be forgotten by these 1,000 people, which is probably a good chunk of the parents that will be voting on whether or not you get to keep your jobs on that school board. Missouri, who has the other title of Wombat of the Week this week, along with Muth, should be fired. Should be fired. You turn down accounts receivable, okay, of $22,000, almost $500. You turn down accounts receivable. Sharen and I have both worked in multiple businesses that count on accounts receivable. You don't turn down accounts receivable money. But you did, both of you, in one, well, especially Missouri, and you failed. Wombats of the Week. 2 of them because they come out of the same story. They're your Wombats of the Week. So there you have it. Please get your stories in. We can always use them. I'll follow that over there. And we will move on to Honoring Thy Heroes, which, I know every couple of weeks it seems like I do this, but we're making a general honor this week for all law enforcement officials, all law enforcement officers, people who work in law enforcement. And the reason we're doing that, if you've been following me on Facebook, like you should, and I hope that you do, then you will notice a story that I put out this week about a New York City corrections captain who fired back against her own, let's say, on Facebook. Okay, so, and this was in response to, I'm sure you saw the news about the New York officers trying to do their job and people throwing garbage and buckets of water at them. And the officers went about just walking away. I give them, first of all, before I go any further, a lot of credit for just walking away. Because I don't know with my temper if I could have done that. Just walked away. That took a lot of something. It took a lot of something for them to do that, but they did. So there was a lot of backlash about that. And this New York corrections captain, LaShonda Rashid Stanley, on Facebook says how easily people forget. I'm reading this, folks. Y'all upset about some pigs getting water thrown on them. They're lucky they didn't get shot while making an arrest. All the innocent black men and women killed at the hands of these pigs. Y'all forgot Eric Gardner killer just got off with murder on camera. For those so-called good cops that will say not all cops are bad, death to you scumbags also. You stand by and allow your fellow officers to do wrong. You guilty as well. NWA, F the police. She used the whole word. It's time we shoot back. Cop killers, stand up. Now, the post has since been taken down. But let me tell you something, Captain, or should I say almost former Captain. Things on social media and on the internet tend to get screenshot, copied, somehow get preserved to the end of time. and so did your post. So even though you took it down, or someone took it down, it was screenshot to hell and back, and there's plenty of it to circle around. We have cycled around a screenshot as well on Facebook. This is the worst. This has got to be the worst anti-police anything I've ever seen, because this is an attack from within the lines. This is somebody who works in corrections, which is essentially a sector of law enforcement, who is, in my opinion, my interpretation, is calling for the murder of cops. And this is outrageous. And though I don't have an update at the time of the podcast being shot right now, I'm hoping that we'll be able to get an update, and I'm hoping that the update will be that she will no longer be working in law enforcement, and perhaps some serious charges pressed against her for this kind of talk. In general, it would seem to me that this falls under some sort of terroristic threat or some sort of language like that. So just this week, just kind of taking a minute to honor everyone in law enforcement, so they know that not everybody has forsaken you. Yes, there are some bad seeds out there. We've covered them here on the program. It happens, but that's the few bad seeds. You know, if you can visit the Facebook page and read the article, it's written by a former detective of NYC, and it's very well written, and he makes some really good bullet points. But for this week on the program, we just want to honor law enforcement in general, straight across the blanket. You guys are doing a great job in our books, and we appreciate you doing what you do for our communities, and keep up the great work. Now, if you have a hero you want to honor, I want to honor that hero. Okay, so you got to send your stories in for your heroes that you want honored here on the Joel Michalec Show. Just send it to joelmichalecradio@gmail.com. We will get it. We will process it. We will do it. It's that simple. So I unfortunately did not have... I ran out of time. I'm not going to be able to do one last thing actually on the show. So what may happen is... what very much could happen is you might get one last thing sort of pop up on Facebook as a Facebook video, sometime after the publication of the show. Probably won't be Facebook Live because the show publishes later in the day, but it may be a pre-recorded segment. But I will ensure that one way or the other, you get your coveted one last thing in this week. So with that in mind, I do want to thank everybody for listening to the podcast. I want to thank our young guest, Tara, for sitting in and telling us a little bit about what she likes regarding school and life, and what she feels about the planet and what we humans are doing to it. I mean, some really interesting conversation, so not to be missed. Meanwhile, www.jmtalk.net, that's the webpage. I encourage you to go there. I'd like you to subscribe to the show. Email us with any thoughts. Tag us on Facebook or Twitter and let us know what you think. Anything you want to... any comments, you can put them there. Maybe they show up on the show, maybe not. But in the meantime, I want to remind everybody, please, it's still summer. If you're going out and about, you're at the beach, you're going to the park, the zoo, whatever it is, pick up 3 pieces of trash and throw them in the appropriate trash receptacles, will you please? And try to help keep America beautiful. Until next time, folks, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next Joel Michalec Show. Goodbye, everybody.